But what is more interesting to me that happened on Saturday night, because that game was a blowout, and I turned it off at halftime
Oh,
because
no.
it was time to go see The Last Outlaw.
Oh,
A
boy.
lumberjack strap match for the ages. And I got a question for you. What is going on? I mean, are you teaching Ricochet the ins and outs of how to be a high flyer here? I mean, I could not believe what we saw. I even said, honey, you got to come see this. Look at old Double J, the king of the mountain, jumping off the mountain. What the hell has gotten into you? Is this Air Jarrett right here?
For those that are on the audio feed, we're currently showing still photos. And in this one photo, Conrad, as you're looking at this, can you take a look at Ref Aubrey? Just kind of that look. And then the
I do see
gentleman
her.
kind of lower left in the orange shirt.
Yeah, look at his face.
In
No
the
one can
female,
expect.
two down from her, of her. Conrad, could you, if you had to caption them, like what would they be saying? What the hell is this guy doing?
I mean, dude, listen, I don't know exactly, but you're probably what, 35, 40, 50 feet in the air out there?
Oh, well, I don't like to measure stuff. Anything past 20, I quit counting.
I mean, but that right there, like Ricochet, eat your heart out. I mean, high flyer my ass. I know we just did a big preview about the 1 year anniversary, but the last Outlaw, is there anything he can't do?
Oh,
I heard, and I have it on good authority, they're going to take the silhouette of you doing that dive and they're going to recreate that Jordan-esque style and they're going to put it on AEW merch over at AEWshop.com. That's what I heard.
the logo, like Jerry West and the NBA dribbling
Yes.
years ago. Will that become kind of the logo? Back in the
Yeah, but
back
do
in,
it in a sports franchise. The blue and white, the half and half. You jump and dive, and you are all things that are good about wrestling. Look at that.
if my father was around, I would like to walk up to him and say, Dad, this is what the X Division's all about. What do you think?
It's not about weight limits, Dad. It's about no limits. And I had no limit because I jumped out the gym in Arthur Ashe. My God,
Yeah, right.
we had a lot of fun. But
Go
please
ahead.
do.
A little
Go ahead,
inside baseball as we're on the
Yeah.
high flying. So just to put it right out on the table, Connie, those straps, they feel. Karen will not watch the highlights or nothing. And Cody has walked around the house and Dad, Mom, come here, look at this. But anyway, those straps,
Look at your face right there. My God.
That's called a receipt. I had taken several at this point from his ass. And he can swing a strap, buddy. I'm coming from left field. But Conrad, after that match was over, I was look at the Queen coming in the ring. But as I was I'll just say, licking my wounds in the ring and trying to get my mind off the whelps that I could kind of continue to feel grow and grow and grow. Mr. Lethal was in the ring, Conrad, and he leaned over me and he's like, hey, dude, you all right? And I'm just like, I'm trying to get my mind off of it. And I said, Jay, we got a problem. He said, oh, you all right? I said, we. He said, what do you mean? I said, I don't know what to tell you, but nowadays, this tag team, there's two high flyers. So I put a smile on his face. I put a smile on his face in the ring, and he said, now quit. Don't do that. But anyway, I was trying to get my mind off those whelps. But how about that, Connie? Collision, lumberjack strap match. I learned a few things that some I'll call up new fans are not aware of what a lumberjack strap match. I think we could have all done ourselves a favor had we put on the graphic, the font. We'll live and learn. Lumberjack with straps match, just for a little clarification. You confuse them, you lose them, and I do not think any of us did ourselves justice. But if you watched it and didn't try to overanalyze it, the minute we got out there and you saw the straps and Juice was Jesus, was he juiced up? He's all fired up. He knows how to swing a strap. But yeah, I'll say this: Hangman is an incredible competitor. I think on the real level, we got a chemistry, and he brings it. And Connie, there's one of your favorite shots right there.
Yes, absolutely.
He brings the best out of me, and I felt it stepping out of the ring last Wednesday night, but it's one of those ones that who would have thunk at this stage? But I I brought all I had, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really did.
Do you think through the course of your career, Hangman Adam Page is a top 10 opponent for you?
You know what? I would have never dreamed that kind of stepping in the ring in Chicago in the Owen, and just kind of how things went down, and he was coming back. That it was, it was a tournament match. So I can't say it just kind of happened, but there was zero story. My story going into the Owen, and they asked me to make those comments, and I did, man. Now in hindsight, it felt good to really get that out in that setting and that opportunity, and did me a lot of good, more good than I think people realize. But me and Hangman stepped into the ring for the very first time, and I guess you can say click. But even in that first match, a few minutes in, you absolutely know you're I say this in a sense, and I'll go back to inside baseball. You're you're in a match. You're in a fight. You're in a contest, if you will. He brings it, which I absolutely love. Kurt always brought it. There's different guys, and when you get in the ring, that just have a sense of, I'll call it energy. He's one of them. And so you go from the Chicago match to a couple of run-ins and backstage and different kind of scenarios. And then when I was a special enforcer in Calgary with him and Brian, and, from the very top when he walked out, and just kind of how things had progressed. The Wembley moment was without question, Conrad, so special, I'll say, for me, because timing and professional wrestling and the build, and he had gone through the curtain, and man, he had dominated in the Casino Gauntlet. And so, people that really understand the business and really follow it, that had Hangman not had that kind of run in that Casino Gauntlet, when my music hit, I can't say that I wouldn't have had a reaction, but it wouldn't have been near the anticipation. They knew, okay, now we're going to see the Last Outlaw and Hangman Adam Page go toe to toe, and we did, and getting tossed back first out of the ring, and the guitar shot, Conrad, and then as we've just kind of continued to roll down, and the setup the week before, and coming to our man Shivani's aid, and just kind of the we're part of this family here. So those that know, and me and Tony go back years and years and years. And so just every little nuance and step, creative step, I think continued to build momentum. And so as it rolled around to the strap match, Conrad, late in the night at Arthur Ashe Stadium, just an incredible venue. Conrad, I've watched that tennis tournament for years, and I'm sure you from time to time have seen it. But when you're watching it and you hear the jets go over, the Delta jets or the airlines, because it's right by LaGuardia. As the day was rolling around last Wednesday, it just kind of brings back those memories, like, oh wow, those airplanes are a lot closer than you think and a lot louder. But to roll in, and we went to the ring at about 11 o'clock at night, Conrad, local time. That's late. Those fans had been watching wrestling since 7:30 that night, so it's deep into the night. But the Lumberjacks and Dark Order and the Guns and Satnam and Jay and Karen out there, the table was set. And so pretty much of a long-winded answer, Conrad, but I think that's one of the reasons we do this, is to really get inside baseball. But the answer to your question is, without question, we have kind of morphed into, in a lot of ways out of nowhere, a damn good rivalry. And I have to say, I tip my cap to him 100% for that.